Hey guys, this is Steven again, taking you on a short virtual tour of my mid-sized praise and worship pedal board that I use in church. So, from the guitar we go straight into that volume pedal. This is a Dunlop mini volume pedal. It's really nice and it's really good for not only being affordable and small, but it's got a good volume sweep on there. Makes it really good for volume swells and muting your guitar. I did have to put some WD-40 in it and adjust the action with a Allen wrench. But other than that, it's really good value for the money. Now it's operating silently, no more squeaking, and it's smooth to rock back and forth. From there we go into the Sir Koji compressor pedal, and this is what I'm using as a compressor. And this is basically always on, but depending on the type of guitar you have, you can, have it on the flat EQ setting. You can move it to the right for a bit of a treble boost, or if you want to put it all the way to the left, that adds some mids. Very cool for solos and stuff like that, and it just adapts really well to whatever guitar that you have. If you're really good at dialing in compressor pedals, then this is a good choice for you. From there we go into the Electro Harmonix Nanopog, and this is the medium size Pog pedal. They just came out with one that's actually smaller, but it gets the job done, and really cool if you want to add some depth to your solos, or if you want to make your guitar sound like it's a 12 string as opposed to a 6 string. Or, you could even make it sound like a bass, say if your bass player is missing, or you don't have a bass player for Sunday worship, you could actually fill in with that. From there we go into the Catlin Bred Epoch Boost pedal. This is a preamp buffer for restoring, signals that may be lost from lots of cables or, other issues, and it also can be used to filter out some harsh frequencies, as well as giving volume boosts. So from there we go into my first and second overdrive pedal. So OD2 is my main overdrive. That's my foundation when I want overdrive, so I hit that one first, and that is a Timmy clone. And then OD1 is a clone of the Klon Centaur circuit, and that would be what I would hit second for a boost, or when I want to do like build-ups or whatever in songs. It does have an active EQ back-sandal style that you can turn on even when the overdrives aren't on, so that's completely separate, and that's really cool if you're using somebody's amp, and it's not sounding like the way you want it to, but you don't want to mess with their settings. You can just use this pedal to kind of compensate for that. From there we go into my distortion type fuzz, and this is the Mojo Hand Effects Iron Belt, and it's inspired by Pink Floyd's David Gilmour, so it has a lot of his tones. You can kind of mix and match, if you want like a muff type fuzz, or if you want an overdrive sound, and just have a lot of on your sound palettes there. It actually kicked off the Kilt version 2 that I had on this board, so that's saying something. From there we go into my first delay pedal, and this is kind of like a 3-in-1 type of pedal, but you have 2 delays, and then you have reverb, and that's why there's so many knobs, because each effect has its own 3 knobs or 4 knobs or whatever, and you could just kind of dial in exactly how you want it. Of course, there's more options on screen. You can get really into it. This is an awesome pedal for praise and worship, and I'm really surprised that more guitarists in churches haven't really noticed it or given it a chance, because the main thing that people go after is Strymon and a couple other brands out there, but highly underrated, and in my opinion it sounds better than a lot of what guitars are. That's just my opinion, though. And there we go into another underrated pedal that you don't hear a lot about, and this is the reverb delay in one, and it's by Wampler. It's called the Ethereal, and it has some crazy combinations that you can do on board. Say like, you know, dotted eights with triplets, or you know, different things like that. You can mix and match some pretty cool effects on there, and the tone knob greatly affects the sound. It's got a hall reverb built in, and yeah, it's a really good pedal. One of my all-time favorite pedals is the Walrus Audio Lure, and this is a reverse soundscape generator, and just makes crazy ambient type effects, type noises, a lot of off-the-wall reverbs. I think every guitarist needs to try one out once in their life, so I can't recommend this one enough. Then we go lastly into the Universal Audio Ruby pedal, and this is basically a clone of the Vox AC30 from 1963, and it's got some different speaker emulations, and all the EQ is correct, and this is the closest that you can get in amp simulation. There's no profiler that comes closer. There's no amp simulator pedals that come closer, or apps or plugins. This is the real deal. This interacts and reacts exactly how the amp would, and that's what makes it so expensive. People often don't understand that, but I love this pedal, and yeah, that's basically it. Thanks, guys.